Hello, everyone. How are we doing? Hang on, I just need to get my iPad up. Here we go. Lovely, lovely. Hello, everyone. Apologies for the last minute sort of live crop up. We had this one in the calendar for a while, but we just hadn't had time to sort of like put it in the group and kind of say, it's gonna happen. So totally fine. I completely understand that the vast majority of you will probably be watching this on replay, but today is going to be a little bit more of an interactive one. Okay, so we are going to be kind of doing like a little business audit, okay, which sounds really in depth and really overcomplicated, and you're probably thinking, this sounds like a lot for a warm Monday in August when I'm like tearing my hair out and not really sure what's going on. I get it, but we're going to keep it very, very kind of short. So 5 main symptoms, if you like, okay? Because at any time of year really, but especially at this time of year, I feel like what happens is that we become acutely aware that we are just carrying around this endless kind of to-do list, this endless amount of stuff, things like, oh, get consistent on social media, list some new products, grow my Etsy sales, get good at writing really good descriptions, get good at writing really good captions, start an email list, and all these things just end up being on that list. And the list just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, doesn't it? Every single week, it's just getting bigger and bigger and longer and longer. So what we know about this, and what I know as a coach about this, is that if your list is getting longer and longer and longer and longer, and every week you kind of rock up to your business and you're just like, I need to do something productive this week, and I've got a rough idea in my head, but I don't actually know whether that's the right thing to do, then you are in the right place. And I highly recommend watching this live, watching the replay, and just kind of getting a bit of a feel. And even if you're watching the replay, I would love for you to comment, because for every symptom, we're going to have like a key word of you basically going, yes, this is my thing. I need to make sure that I'm actually like not really doing this anymore. All right. So what I want you to kind of get by the end of this is one thing to be aware of, one thing within your business that you're like, yes, I need to be making sure that I'm aware that I'm kind of doing this. So for example, for me, I am acutely aware that because of my ADHD brain, it's like a whole thing where I'll see something else and I'll go, oh, that's more urgent than the thing I'm working on, or that's more shiny than the thing I'm working on, or that's more attractive and sexy within my business than the thing that I'm actually working on and that I'm supposed to be working on. That's like my downfall. And I always have to kind of run through this thing of like, okay, is this the right way to go? Like, is this something that I need to be doing now, or can it be parked? So that's my thing. I don't know whether you guys resonate with that or not. And if you're watching on Facebook, you give me a little comment. Let me know that you are watching live. Let me know. I've got this fan on and my hair I've got big hair today, so I'm just going to turn that fan off because it's tickling my nose. Okay. So let's do, I'm just going to grab up my iPad. So symptom number 1, I'm going to go right into it, and that is, I'm busy all the time. I always have stuff to do. I feel like I'm constantly doing this and taking pictures and listing this and answering questions and doing this and doing this and doing this. Hi Helen, how are you? Doing this. But sales aren't really growing. I feel like I'm busy all the time, but sales are not really growing. All right. Now, if this is you, I want you to straight away comment the word shop. Doesn't matter if you're watching on the replay. You can DM me it if you want. If you're watching this on the Instagram replay, you could just DM me the word shop. That is basically your way of owning this. Okay. So if you are busy all the time, but sales aren't really growing, being busy, right, it doesn't automatically mean that you're moving the business forward. Okay. Now I really want you to hear this. I know it's heavy for a Monday morning. I get it. I do. But being busy is not moving the business forward. I feel like in society, we kind of glorify this whole thing of, if you've been busy, yeah, busy. Like, that seems to be the default response for, oh, well, your business must be good then if you're busy. But actually, the opposite is true. Like, if our business is calmly growing, we're actually not going to be ridiculously busy. All right, let me explain. So if I like do a visual thing here, and we're going to call these busy jobs. Now, busy jobs are actually quite misleading because busy jobs often feel like they're the right thing to do. I mean, define the right thing to do, but busy jobs often feel like something that we ought to be doing. Okay. Then we have business growth jobs. Okay, and I'm gonna put some examples of each. Broadwen, hello. Hi Kim, Barbara, watching from New Zealand. Hello. It's the right time for you guys, isn't it? Normally this is at 1 p.m. my time, so a few hours later. So yeah, you get to catch this live. So busy jobs, things like tweaking your logo, tweaking your branding again, when it's not needed. Like, if you just see something and you're like, oh, I don't like that font on my logo, I'm going to go and change that. That's a busy job. Busy jobs are also things like rearranging your Instagram highlights. I haven't done mine in the longest time, and that's because it's always been a busy job. It's always been something that I'm like, oh yeah, I should do that, but then something else always goes on top of that, you know. Another busy job, spending ages choosing hashtags when, let's be honest, like, I feel like hashtags and the caption and the keywords that you're putting in your caption, they're equally as important. But I would say, to be honest, if you can't think of any hashtags, you just need to put your keywords in your caption. Okay. Some more busy jobs. I mean, give me some examples, guys. Sorting out your ribbon drawer. Maybe you have been perusing supplies for new products when you haven't actually listed the 5 that you made like a couple of months ago, that you keep meaning to like photograph and get on Etsy or get on your website, and you still haven't done it. Okay. Now, business growth jobs, let's talk about that. Improving a listing that gets traffic but no sales. That, in my book, is a big tick. Things like emailing your list. And if you don't have a list, I want you to keep an eye out for next week, because something's coming that's going to help you with that. If you don't have an email list in this AI day and age, and you want to grow your business, you need to. Like, I'm not saying this for any reason more than because I run things like the social media sidekick, which is a social media membership. I also run the HBSA. And I also have been doing a lot of research into what the AI industry is kind of doing to the handmade industry and how that's looking for like general businesses. Okay. And something that I've seen repeated over and over and over again is, in the AI era, you guys do need an email list and you need to be growing it. Okay. So things like starting your email list, things like emailing your list with a clear offer is another big tick in my book. Things like following up with people who have already shown interest, again, is another big tick. So pretty well, you want to be looking at your to-do list. And what I like to do is kind of like grade it and kind of go, is this something that's time sensitive and is going to impact revenue? If the answer is yes, that gets bumped up. If the answer is one of them but not the other one, then that kind of gets bumped down. Okay. Things like obviously doing your taxes and time sensitive things you want to be making sure to do because you don't want the tax man after you. But beyond that, you really want to be questioning yourself like, okay, is this busy work to make me feel better about being productive within my business? Because I know we all feel guilty when we're taking time off and we think I should be doing more things. But is this something that I'm doing with that, or is this actually something that's going to move things forward? So if this is you, I want you to comment the word shop. You can DM me, you can comment this. I just want to have a keyword that basically is, I'm raising my hand and I'm saying I'm busy all the time, but my shop and my business and my sales are not really growing. Okay. So I want you to comment the word shop if this is you. Okay. So let's move on to symptom number 2. Okay. Let me just check my comments real quick. Yes, lovely. So symptom number 2 is I never really know what to write. I never really know what words to type to my Etsy descriptions, to my website descriptions, to my captions, to anything that I'm like writing. I don't know what words to type. I don't know what to say. Whether it's, like I said, in your descriptions, in your listings, on social media, emails, even, you're just like, I want to speak up and I want to sell my products, and I want to create some kind of sales copy really that sells, and I want to be very good at that. However, I just do not know what to write. I kind of have it in my head, but I don't know how to get it out on the page. I don't know basically how to sell my products through the words that I type, okay? Now, this usually, to be honest, let me just write that down. Don't know, hang on. Don't know what to write. And yes, my handwriting's terrible. If you're new, you will get used to it. So I never know what to write. Okay. This is often not really a creativity issue either. And I know, I get it. Like, writing and typing words sometimes can feel like the most boring job in the world, especially if you are neurospicy like me. Sitting down at a desk and writing can feel like someone is taking a rose thorn out your toe, you know? Like, it just feels excruciatingly boring. I get it, I do. It's often, though, a confidence problem and a planning problem here. Okay, so basically what we do is we're stuck in this cycle of like wanting to create perfect content, wanting to create the perfect description. And I feel like these days, especially the last 18 months, we now know that our Etsy descriptions especially are really important for SEO, for Google. Like, we now know that our Etsy descriptions and our website descriptions, I mean, they always have been important, but even more so now, we're now very aware as business owners that your descriptions not only serve an SEO purpose, a getting found purpose, but they also serve a purpose to sell your products. So no longer is it really cutting it going into Chat GPT and going, can you write a description for this product? Like, that's not cutting it anymore, because Google is not really a fan of Chat GPT just regurgitating words and regurgitating information. It's a serious problem. Like, it's not good to just be like, create a generic description, nor is it good to be like, posted in you will receive it in like putting all of the generic kind of stuff that is already in your account, is already in your postage stuff, all that sort of stuff. So you've got to make sure that your description is done the right way, especially on Etsy. And you also got to make sure that your emails are done right, written right, and your captions are also written right as well. We all know that we have a lot of different things pulling our attention all the time. So if you're a business owner and you rely on customers like paying attention to you on Etsy, on Google, and on social media, if you're counting on that to get traffic and to get views and to get sales, this is where you might be falling down. Okay. So if this sounds like you, I want you to comment the word sales copy, all one word, just so I know it's you and you've watched this. So what you don't want to do is you do not want to be clever with it, and you do not want to be never mind. You don't want to be perfect with it either. Okay. So whenever you're like thinking about a caption, don't be overly clever. Don't be overly perfect with it. In fact, like, the ironic thing is that the more imperfect your content is, the better it often performs. And you guys probably have seen this and could attest to this. We have some shop keywords coming in. Yeah. Lily B, Handmade, Stooksy Glass. Yes. So if this is you, for sure, I want you to comment sales copy. So this word here. Okay. If this sounds like you. So symptom number 3. Okay. Symptom number 3 is people visit my shop, but I don't get sales, or they don't buy. I'm getting views, and it could be like 5 views a day. It could be 100 views a day. It could be 1,000 views a day. You could be looking at one listing that's getting 50 views every day, and you're thinking, why is no one buying this? This is really odd. They might favorite it, but you're thinking, what's going on here? Like, why are people seeing this and not wanting it? Like, why is that? And like, it really messes with your head, because you start thinking, is it my pricing? And often that's where newbies go. The first thing they do is they go, oh, it must be the price. I need to reduce my price. And actually, that is one of the most damaging things that you can do, because the way that you price your listing is also the way people view and value that particular listing. So you can't just go in and go, oh, I need to just reduce my price. You actually need to fix the actual problem within your listing itself. Okay. So if that's you, okay, I'm just going to write this word in now. I want you to comment the word organization. Okay, I want you to comment that word. If you are getting views but no sales, and you're thinking, what's going on? I have no idea. And you might have gone, okay, the magic bullet to this is more traffic. Okay, but the short thing here is that that's not going to help you, okay? Because what happens is that you end up kind of like on this hamster wheel of, I need more traffic, I need more traffic, I need more traffic, I need more traffic, I need more traffic. And you end up driving yourself nuts, because you're like, oh, my shop needs more traffic to get more sales. But actually, like, with the amount of hours that you're going to spend driving traffic, actually you could spend those same hours fixing your shop and fixing the actual listings, and then you don't need to be on this hamster wheel of driving more traffic and more traffic. And you know, it sounds easy, done it sounds easy to go, more traffic, I need more, but the short answer is you don't need more. You probably just need to fix what's already there. People on Facebook, you are remarkably quiet. So I want you guys to comment, okay? I want you guys to comment any of these 3 words that we've spoken about. I want you to actually tell me. And there's a few of you watching on the Facebook group, so I just want to make sure that you guys are like pulling your finger out, and you're actually going to leave a comment for me, all right? So more traffic isn't always the answer. Basically, what I'm saying here is that sometimes the problem is not you getting more eyeballs. The problem is actually what happens to those people when they view your listing. Is there something turning them off? Is there something that's not quite vibing with them? Is there something about it that's not quite vibing with them, that's not quite there? They don't get what it is. It's just something about it is not quite working for them. And actually, if you were to ask them, they might not even be able to put their finger on exactly what it is. However, you as a business owner, you need to know, I need to drop my pen. You need to know exactly who your target market is enough to know what that potential thing might be. So what I like to do here, too blue, is fresh eyes. Okay, this is always a really good thing. Listen, you've probably been staring at your Etsy shop, at your website, at your Amazon shop, at your not on the high street shop. You know, we coach all. Okay, we're not just about Etsy, we are about handmade business owners in general. So it doesn't matter where you sell. All right. However, you've probably been staring at your shop for like a bajillion years, or it feels like it. And you've been staring at it, and you've been trying to fix it. Maybe it's a particular listing. Maybe it's a particular collection. Maybe it's just your shop in general. You've probably been staring at that thing for weeks, for months, for years. So when I'm asking these questions, you might be thinking, but Steph, I've checked that. I don't understand. Like, da, da, da. However, when you get a fresh set of eyes, sometimes you can just completely miss things that you are just completely like, almost like number blind to. You know, when you're looking at a spreadsheet full of numbers and stats and data, and then you suddenly go, oh, that number there is what I was looking for, but I couldn't see it because my eyes were just scanning and it was just crazy. Yeah. So sometimes a fresh set of eyes can do the world of good. Now, the other thing I want to mention here as well, and this is something that always surprises me, actually, it's always the small changes. It's always the small changes done strategically, that make strategically, there you go, that make the biggest difference. And it can be the smallest thing, and you go, honestly, I spent hours doing this and hours doing that and hours doing this, and then it was just this one little thing that I changed that actually like moved the needle. Okay, honestly, like when it comes to people viewing but not buying, when we get views, okay, and then we get people who are interested because they click, right? And then let me zoom out a little bit so I can fit all this in. And then you get buyers. I don't know why I put a thing there. Buyers, okay. At each point in this journey, it can literally be the smallest tweak. And that can be the thing that is making people see it, click on it, but not buy it. They might favorite it or they might not. But basically they're viewing it and they're just not buying it, okay? So if that is you, I want you to comment the word organization. If that feels like you, if you're like, that's my problem right there. I vibe with this. I get what she's saying. That is me. I want you to comment the word organization. Okay. I need to zoom back in now. Come on, zoom in, you blimmin' iPad. Right. Symptom number 4 is I always feel like I am behind. And I'm laughing because if anyone has ADHD here, you feel me. Because it's like you're forever chasing your tail and you are forever just like, I can never have a day when I have nothing on, because it's always like, have to catch up on this and I have to do this and I forgot to do this thing last week and damn it, I have to go and do that now. And now someone else is saying, oh, did you get a chance to do this? And my Aunt June is saying this and this and this, and you just end up being like, ugh. I feel like I'm always behind. If that is you, I want you to comment the word planning. Okay. And again, you can DM me, you can comment on the group, you can comment anywhere. Okay. So who is always permanently playing catch up? I feel like, to be honest, every handmade business owner, they do reach this point. Every business owner, to be quite frank with you, reaches this point where you've tried everything. You've tried to organize yourself. You've tried like these tools. You've tried using the calendar on your phone. You've tried using like everything. You've tried it all. Okay. Organization, it isn't about color-coded spreadsheets and Google Docs galore and like Word documents buried in folders, buried in your downloads, buried in this, buried in that. It's not about that. It's about making decisions once instead of making decisions every day. Now, I actually want to talk about this, okay? Decision fatigue. It's a thing that's talked about a lot in the neurospicy universe. It's something that you will hear a lot, but it applies to everybody. Basically, if you start your day with, what am I going to wear? What am I going to have for breakfast? What am I going to work on today? Am I going to do that thing or not? Am I going to list that new product? Am I going to take photos? Am I going to need the light? Am I going to need my phone charge? Am I going to need it? If you start your day like that, literally by 1 p.m., you will be on a downward spiral. You will be exhausted. You will be peed off. And you're likely just going to start to make your decisions even worse. So like when you start off in the day, right, and you start off about here, maybe even a bit here, your decisions are going to be good. You're going to think about them. It's going to be like, yeah, I know exactly how to answer that. But you've only got so much cognitive decision-making energy in you every single day. So then what happens after like 1 p.m, 12, it can be like 11 a.m, right? Is that you've then got these decisions, but they start getting bad and you start making really terrible decisions based on emotions, based on how you feel, rather than looking at like the facts and the data and the stuff there. So if this sounds like you, I want you to comment the word planning, okay? And just a side note here as well with this is that your business should be supporting your life, not the other way around. I'm going to say that again. Your business should be supporting your life, not the other way around. So how many of you feel like that? How many of you are a bit like, yeah, I feel like I am kind of lacking on that part? Stooksy says planning, in brackets, ADHD. I feel you. I do. Beat It by Laura's like planning with that little emoji that's like this. It's fine. We're all in the same boat, my love. It's fine. Basically, what this whole live is bringing attention to it and kind of going, this is the symptom that we need to fix first. And all of this, I'm going to zoom all the way out. All of these so far have been things that I want you to pretty much throw your to-do list out the window for this week and next week and probably the week after. And I want you to try and fix the symptoms that we're talking about first. That's what this whole thing is all about, is just making sure that we're fixing the right thing first. So then let's go on to, oh my God, this blimmin' iPad. All I want to do is zoom in. You wouldn't think that would be so hard, would you? But apparently it is. So, oh no. What have I done here? Go back. Right. I promise you I am really good at tech. This iPad, however, no. Symptom number 5. Tis this. Is, I know last week and the week before we spoke a lot about Christmas and getting prepped and all that kind of stuff. The way that I want to talk about it now is actually looking at your launches. And when I say launches, don't get confused and go, what is she on about? I want you to think in terms of like, are you running a Black Friday sale? Are you running a Christmas sale? Any kind of promotion, or if you're creating some new products and you want to do a big kind of get up about when you're gonna promote them, when you're gonna list them, that is basically like a product launch. Okay. So symptom number 5 is that promos / launches always tend to just come out of nowhere. Like, before I know it, it's Black Friday. Before I know it, it's Halloween. Before I know it, Christmas time. And I'm somehow having to kind of like muddle together a Black Friday sale or a Christmas sale or a January sale or something like that. Basically, we are heading into the busiest selling season of the year. All right. And we've spoken a lot about Christmas prep the last couple of weeks. I'm not going to bang on about that. But now is a brilliant time to talk about sorting this stuff out, to talk about, if you're not doing a Black Friday sale, that's fine. But just know that the last 2 weeks of November is going to be particularly brutal because bigger shops, like big box stores, they are all spending thousands every hour on ads trying to get people to buy their Black Friday deals. Think of like Amazon Prime, like they pop up everywhere. It's because they're spending so much money. And especially the latter end of November, that does get harder. So people are on the lookout. They're hunting for Black Friday sales. They're looking through their email inbox. They're literally like, Black Friday sale, Black Friday sale. So if you're not running one, and I'm not saying you should, because, there's something to be said that Handmade shouldn't have to be discounted. I get it. But if you do want to, then this is you. Okay. So don't wait until October to think about this. Don't wait until like the week before to go, am I doing a Black Friday sale or not? Don't wait that long. Basically, in order to do a promo or a launch the right way, a product launch the right way, you need to be able to have some kind of repeatable framework that you're going to use every time to reduce the decisions. You want to have some kind of repeatable framework every time that you use, that you literally go, okay, this is how I'm going to run it. It's going to be this amount of time. I'm going to say this. I'm going to do that. And you can kind of see as well how like the sales copy fits into this as well, is that you want to say the right thing in the right way at the right time, especially when it comes to Black Friday and running sales. It's not just Black Friday either. It's like January sale, Christmas discounts, all those kinds of things. Okay. Basically, what I want you guys to be aware of is that Q4 is massive for promos. Doesn't have to be. What on earth did it just auto-correct that to? Did you see that? The arrow just went off into like something or other. Q4 is basically the promo season. Everyone's spending money. Everyone's looking for a way to save it. All right. Now, like I said, I'm not here to say you've all got to be running a sale and you've all got to be doing this. That's completely up to you. But I am saying that if you are launching products, if you are doing a promo in Q4 especially, you got to be doing it right, because everyone's yelling. All right. Everyone's yelling. Everyone's shouting that their deal's the best deal and this is this. Like, you've just got to be very like ninja about how you do it. You got to get in. You got to say the right thing. You got to do it in the right way in order to actually get people's attention and actually, you know, get people to buy your promo, your offers. Okay. So if this is you, I want you to comment the word Christmas. Okay. If that is you and you're like, yeah, I tend to leave things to the last minute, I want you to comment the word Christmas. Okay. So let's recap the words then. Let's just do a little recap then. Business audit. Symptom number 1. If you're always busy and your to-do list is like never ending, I want you to comment the word shop. If you are writing your descriptions, you know now that they are important for SEO, they're important for Google, they're important for actually selling your item, but you still are not really sure what to say, I want you to comment the word sales copy. Number 3, if you are getting visits but no sales, I want you to comment the word organization. If you are sick and tired of feeling behind, I want you to comment the word planning. And the last one is if you leave your Christmas and Black Friday promos to the last minute and you know that Q4's a big one, but you still seem to be leaving it to the last minute, you don't really know why, I want you to comment the word Christmas. Okay. So if today's live made you kind of go, yeah, there's a definite gap in my business somewhere, I want you to keep an eye out on your emails and your socials this week and next week. So I'm going to be bringing you some tools and things that are going to be very, very helpful to help you with this. I've got something really exciting starting Monday. I'm also going to be live again, same time, same place next Monday, pretty well, like showing you how to sort these. So today was all about identifying which one of these needs my attention. Next week, we're going to be talking about how to actually solve them. I'm going to be talking more about that really, really soon. But for now, if you want more information on this, I'm going to be emailing you. I'm going to be posting on Instagram about it. I'm going to be doing some reels on it. I'm going to be doing some carousels on it. I'm going to be doing just all sorts of things on it. But for now, my loves, I really hope that has been helpful. Let me know if it has, and you're like, yeah, I get where I'm going wrong, or I get where I need to be putting some attention. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me. My stomach's rumbling. I ate breakfast like 2 hours ago and I'm absolutely starving, so I'm going to go and have a little snacky snack. Thank you so much.